Welcome to the BumbleKast. I'm your host, Ian Flynn, the Bumble King, and joining me, as always, is my Bumble co-host, Kyle, JCRB Krause.
Somehow we're already at the end of the second month of a 12-month year known as 2023. What did you do, Ian? Why did you make it like this?
Wait.
Why is it going so fast? Why is everything...
We're getting older and the planet's spinning faster.
Okay.
And the dark gods are rising from the pit of Karthakna.
Well, that explains a lot.
One of those may not be. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. But what I do know is we have a lot of questions that people want answers to. So I guess we should probably answer them.
Yes, they all come from our patrons over at patreon.com/BumbleKast, Ko-fi.com/BumbleKast, and our YouTube members. Not, however, from the pit of Karthakna.
I promise one of these days we'll do a standard episode again someday. Anyway, here's a question get us started from Zapon Syrian. Why are Crisis City and Radical Highway in Generations was removed from the timeline and another Sonic never appeared? Also, why does Egg Emperor appear as a boss in the modern era on 3DS, but Seaside Hill in the Dreamcast era?
Game design. Time Eater caused timey-wimey wibbly-wobbly nonsense.
Yeah, I guess. Why not?
I have nothing more concrete than that.
Yeah. Sorry. Wolfsbane has a question. Ian and Kyle, what would be the white whale of your gaming collection? By that I mean an item you would go to great lengths and possibly go further than you would be willing to go to obtain the item.
I honestly don't know. Like, I hold on to my games. Like, I still have most of my stuff. I gave away all my Dreamcast stuff to my best friend when his Dreamcast died, but I've retained most titles. There isn't really anything out there that I'm like, oh, I must have this for the collection. Because I have it. Or I'm not that, bent out of shape over it.
If I had the opportunity come up and it was like an opportunity, I had the space and it was a good price, I would really like to have a Daytona USA machine, an arcade machine. I would enjoy having something like that. Perhaps even one of the deluxe Daytona USA 2 machines that, has the hydraulics that move around and stuff. That would be cool.
Ooh, yeah,
maybe. That would be pretty cool. So there's, that's what I think I would do. But I haven't had a good opportunity for one, and also they're just really expensive, and I don't have the space. So that's kind of why I haven't pursued that idea. But it's definitely something that's stuck in the back of my head. I would like to own like one of those, or at least one of the Sega racing games, whether it's like Indy 500 or the Virtua Racing one or Daytona. Daytona would be the ideal one, but I'd take any of them. So,
if we want to expand this to gaming memorabilia, gaming adjacent stuff,
sure.
The first four figures Vice and Aka statues.
Yeah.
I could not afford Vice when he came out because first four statues are freaking insanely priced. And even if I were to just go on a lark and say, you know what, ramen is good for the next 3 months, give me that statue, it's gone. Everyone bought theirs and it's gone. And I don't know if Ika came out in circulation yet or if she's already gone too. And it's just like, I desire them.
And if they ever do come up, they'll be on eBay for double or triple the price that they originally went for. Yeah. So
I have nowhere to put them, but it's one of those things where it's like I missed out on the opportunity, and now I'm kind of kicking myself.
Yeah.
To a lesser extent, they did a whole set of Star Fox figures, and I never found Falco in the wild, and saw it on eBay for $40, and I'm not paying $40 for a $20 toy. No. And now, if you can find it, it's hundreds of dollars. It's, well,
well,
same thing for Blaze out of the old Jazzware line of figures.
Yeah,
it's like I couldn't find her in the wild. And it's like $40. No, I'm not paying that money for a little collectible as much as I like the collection. Oh, now if you can find it, she's missing her tail and it's $800.
I'm
Jack Specific, if you would like to reissue a Blaze figure, I'd like it. I'd also like it if you started selling stuff in Canada.
No, Canada doesn't deserve this merch. Apparently, according to Jax, I guess that's rude.
At least
but
in the 3 or 4 locations I have easy access to. Just...
No. I mean, you're in like the biggest city in Canada. You should have the stuff there.
Yeah, somebody reached out to me on Twitter and pointed out a couple of shops downtown around Eaton Center, and I really do appreciate that. But like, I don't want to drive 10, 15 minutes and fight my way downtown and pay for parking to get the thing and then drive back. That's a bit much for me.
Well, then I don't know what to tell you, Ian. Maybe you don't want them that bad then.
I'll find a reason to complain.
Oh, okay.
I'll belly ache about anything. Just give me time.
Okay. That's fine. There's this one in the chat here that someone wants a TMNT Turtles in Time arcade machine. And yeah, I would like to own one of those too. Not gonna lie. I mean, I'd be fine owning the SNES cart, but I mean, good luck with that these days. Or the Genesis version Hyperstone Heist. Both of those. They're not cheap anymore. They command a high price these days, sadly. Maybe someday. Here's one from Windstar Osprey. Is Mimic the Octopus able to breathe underwater like the marine Mobians in the Archie comics?
I presume so. He's an octopus. You would think he could.
I mean, sure. There's one from Ultra Killmonger. There's similarities between the Chaos Force and Plato's world of forms or ideas. For example, and you can confirm, they're outside of concepts of space and time, non-physical and contained concepts, such as the concept of eternity in the comic. So is it platonic in that sense?
I suppose.
I mean, me and you have a platonic relationship, Ian, right?
Well, yeah, there's that too as well.
Yeah. So, I mean, it would make sense. Here's this one from Thievius. Have either of you guys played Paper Mario 64 before? If so, what are your opinions on it? And if not, is it on either of your to-do lists of games to play?
I did play that on the N64 back in the day.
Yes.
And enjoyed it in general. It's fun, it's cute, but it kind of felt, I don't know, like it didn't fully realize all its ideas. It was very conceptual driven. And then Thousand Year Door came out, and I know everyone puts that on a pedestal, but that's because it was just a better sequel.
That's because it deserves to be, I think.
Yeah, it took everything that Paper Mario did that was great and just did it better. And so, like, Paper Mario 64 isn't bad by any means. It's just I have no real desire to go back to it.
Mm.
Whereas Thousand Year Door, it's like, oh yeah, that's the good stuff.
Yes, I'm with you on that one. Paper Mario 64 though is I give it credit for, starting basically that whole side franchise. It was a little disappointing because we, as a someone who played quite a bit of Mario RPG, I was looking forward to a sequel to Mario RPG, and Paper Mario 64 not quite that, not quite the same. No, it's not.
But solid in its own right.
But yes, it is. So Mario RPG is a totally different beast compared to the Paper Mario games. But yeah, I don't think we'll ever get anything go quite on the level of Mario RPG again. I mean, even the Mario and Luigi games are kind of in the spirit, but they're not the same.
They're not, but I would say that they're spiritual successors. What with the timing of the inputs and the comedy and feeling like you're immersed in the Mario world. Yeah.
And Paper Mario kind of is a spiritual successor too. And originally was supposed to be the sequel, the follow-up to the original RPG. So, yeah, it's kind of interesting that we ended up getting two different spin-offs out of one other spin-off. It's kind of like, okay, well, sure. But yeah, Paper Mario 64 is a great game. I've never finished it, but I've played a bit of it, and it's great. So, yeah. Hey, it's on the Switch Online service again. So, hey, now there's another convenient reason to play it. Here's one from Might of Gabura. Sonic Force's Japanese scene says the null space is closed off from every/all dimension. So is it closed off from the concepts of dimensions like implied?
Well, clearly it isn't, because Sonic and the Avatar character escape back into the regular space, unless there's some kind of void between that they manage to jump as well. But I don't know. It was such a brief thingy. I'm not too worked up over it.
I don't even know why it happened. It's like, oh, okay, you're here now. Up, and then we're back. Okay, all right. Here's one from Supernova. In the Final Fight of Frontiers, the end says that their captors burnt their souls away to fuel their engines. Can you elaborate on this?
Not completely, because there's supposed to be some lingering mystery there, but the ancients and how they directly interfaced with cyberspace and used that to run their technology are all very intertwined.
Alrighty. Here's a question from Sun. I know Pokemon isn't your forte. What do you mean? Ian knows quite a bit about Pokemon, I think. He's played a lot of it, right?
I've fallen off a little bit.
Okay, fine, but
no Pokemon master.
I mean, it's not Sonic for you, but it's not like you don't know what Pokemon is. You're not me.
I know a few Pokés, I know a few Mons.
Yeah, I know nothing, so this is all you. I'm currently rewriting the Journey series of the anime as a sort of small passion project, and I was wondering how you would have handled the series if you'd been given the opportunity to write it. The only limitation I have for you is that Ash must win the league tournament at the end of the series, and afterwards you have 11 episodes to round out Ash's journey once and for all. Other than that, go nuts.
See, I'm going to dig my heels in and fight you on that one, Mr. Editor. I liked the fact that Ash lost in the anime, that he set out on this journey for the first time ever and made a lot of mistakes, but he's a kid that's learning the ways of being a Pokemon trainer. He did fairly well in the competitive league and he lost, and I like that. He didn't rise to the very, very top first try and there you go, you're done. He achieved everything he set out to by the age of 10. Now what? I liked that humility. I liked that lesson that there's still more to learn. There's still room to grow. There's more to experience and engage in. I liked that a lot. There's certainly something to be said for like Red's story out of Red and Blue, Yellow, Green, whatever primary colors you want to attach to it. But his is much more like, I would argue you could say that he has a more pointed journey. It's a more of a heroic confrontation of all these challenges, whereas Ash's journey is more childlike, fanciful, I guess. I don't know. I'm splitting hairs, I'm to be sure. And 11 episodes to round out the journey? I don't know if you need that many. Like, maybe 2 at most. I feel like once you've crested the hill, the denouement isn't really that engrossing. Does he return home? Does he continue the journey? Either one of those can be done in a single episode, and you just need time to kind of catch up on the main pillars that you met across. Where does Brock go back to Pewter City? Does Misty go back and become a full-fledged member of her gym? Where are the Rockets now? All that stuff. That in a show like that's going to go full syndication and continue perpetually. But I guess your passion project here is to make it one concise thing. So I see what you're saying. Otherwise, I don't know. I'm partial to the game's story, sparse as it is, and would like to see something a little skewed closer to that. But we already got that. I forget what the actual project's name was, but it was, much more aligned with what the games had. And Red was kind of this interesting middle ground between Ash and how I perceive Red, in that he's, still a kid learning and growing and, meeting failure after failure as he gets acclimatized to this world. But he's also following a lot of the story beats. So I don't know. It was an interesting way to approach it.
Mm-hmm.
In summation, I don't know how I'd tackle it.
Well, come on, Ian. It's 11 episodes to round things out. I mean, this is anime. You gotta have a lot of filler, right? That's how it goes.
No,
Oh,
no, filler is only when you run out of source material and you
oh,
have deadlines to meet, or that
oh,
should be the only reason.
oh, oh, oh. Here's one from Scurvy Pirate Dog. Belle the Tinker. She is the way she is, as she was built and programmed by Mr. Tinker. She's the daughter of Mr. Tinker. But what if she was built and or programmed by Eggman? What if she was made in Eggman's image to be Eggman's daughter instead? What would Belle be like then?
Creepy puppet.
I was going to say Sage, but yeah, no, I guess.
Because Belle is a daughter of Eggman in her own way, but she is definitely a different character than Sage.
Yeah.
Part of that it comes from just how both of them were constructed, and it's hard to think of Belle being constructed at all within Eggman's mindset, because Tinker did something with love and care and attention to detail. He was crafting something precious, and Eggman and Sage were accidental when you get down to it. Like, he wouldn't have thought, oh, I want to create a daughter. He actually had to come around to the idea that he could accept her as that. So
True.
it'd be fun to say that, somehow he carried over some lingering memory of his work with Wily, and it's like, you know what, I can make a robot out of wood. Why not?
Why not indeed? Why not indeed? Scourge Time has a question. Today, another quest. How would a Scourge Generations go? What would he do if he met his classic self, and what would his classic self think about him? I don't know. They might hate each other. Also, would his classic self just be the old Sonic in a leather jacket and shades thing?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I saw somebody actually do a mod of that.
Scourge and Anti-Sonic? Okay.
Yeah. With the little jacket and boots on classic Sonic, it was adorable.
That does sound cute. Yeah.
Scourge would hate. Well, Scourge hates himself by default anyway, but to see himself, this try-hard, unoriginal, living knockoff that isn't really aspiring to anything more, would just drive him up the wall. He runs fast to escape his past. And Evil Sonic, Anti-Sonic, however you want to label him, would not appreciate being snubbed. He thinks himself the big stuff. He runs the anti-freedom fighters. What are you talking about with your flames on your jacket? What are you trying to do? Do you think it makes you run faster just because it looks hot? What's with the filed teeth? You pretend to be a shark? Sickly green color. Oh, well, look at you. You got battle scars. I'm clean, baby. Nobody's touched me. And so they would basically try to do each other in.
Yeah. None of the actual Generations plot would actually happen. They would just try and fight each other and kill each other.
Eventually, Kentobor would kind of intercede and go, guys, if you do this, you're going to create a paradox. Look, Time Eater, small experiment to try to fix things, went a little out of control. If you help fix this, you'll be separated back into your regular timelines. You'll never have to see each other again. And I'm like, all right, fine. We'll go kill the beastie and get things the way they should be.
There we go. Another chat is saying, and then they'd kiss. No, I don't think so.
Well, I mean, there is that one infamous panel where he's got all these carvings on the desk of Sonic plus whoever in various hearts, and one of them is Sonic and Sonic.
Well, I guess I shouldn't be too surprised. Oh, boy. All right, one last question before we take a break, and it's from Noni. Out of curiosity, who do either of you main in Genshin Impact?
I haven't convinced you to sell your soul to that game yet, have I?
No, I haven't played it yet, but if I did, I would probably main Baidu.
Beidou,
whatever. I don't know how to pronounce her name because I've never played the game. See, that's how you know I've never played the game. Baidu, is that it? Right now, Baidu. Yeah, I mean, she freaking rules. She's a freaking pirate.
Well, yeah,
pirate lady.
Absolutely, she's a freaking boss.
Yeah.
And she was on my main team for a long while, but my current primary kill squad is Nahida, Yenfei, Ganyu, and A, the Raiden Shogun. And for context, Kyle, because I know that means absolutely nothing to you,
I don't recognize any of those character names, oddly enough. I mean, I know some Genshin characters, actually. You might be surprised, but I don't recognize any of those.
The one of the core mechanics is you want to each character has their own elemental affinity, so you want to mix and match your party so that you can have elemental reactions, and the more you can stack on top of each other, the faster you just absolutely wipe things out.
Mm-hmm.
So Nahida, fairly new, she's the goddess of plants, just to be super simple here. And her two specials is she can link multiple enemies so they all share damage and create an area of effect where all reactions with Dendro, the plant element, are increased by some degree.
Mm-hmm.
So lead with that. Connect everybody and make sure that they're in the pain cage. Follow up with A, who is the god of lightning. Again, just doing super simple here. Whose special is grant everybody an attack bonus that also immediately adds electro to any of their attacks and has a really big just kill swipe anyway, but that's saving things for the back end.
Mm-hmm.
And then you swap in Yinfei, who is, again, very loosely speaking, a demigod lawyer with fire powers. So now you have a fire mage who is immediately causing a fire and electric explosive reaction with every fireball she throws because A, enchanted, and everyone has Dendro afflicted to them so that it has both the fire and the electrical reaction with the Dendro, and they're all sharing the pain in the pain cage that all makes it better.
Well, there you
And
go.
then Ganyu, who is also kind of demigod-esque, she's on the back end. She's a ice elemental archer, and basically she's the I can't aim, so I go the lazy route because her charge shot causes a burst effect, and it charges really darn fast.
Mm-hmm.
So, just kind of aim at the general vicinity of what you want to shoot, and it's going to get shot. On top of that, her special causes a rain of icicles, which also gets affected by A's buff. So now it is electrically charged icicles that cause reactions on impact. You can launch that inside of the pain cage with all the other stuff stacked up and just freaking annihilate things.
So basically what you've done is you've broken the game. I like it.
Here's the thing. My setup requires a little bit of thought, and if things aren't like properly prepared or not the right scenario, it can go sideways. Aaliyah's running a model. She got Nahida and Nilu, and if you play Genshin, you already know where I'm going with this. Nilu is a water-themed dancer, and her gimmick is if the party is nothing but Dendro and Hydro, whenever Dendro and Hydro interact, they create little explosive seed pods. Except when the party is just those two elements, the seed pods she generates specifically are extra large and extra deadly. So you can link everybody with Nahida, create a little water swirl around Nilu, and just mow people down. Yes, it causes some damage to yourself, but who cares? Everyone's dead within 5 seconds. Dendro Klee is real. I am trying to work on other teams because having just one team is, it's not one solution fixes every problem. Even the Dendro Klee, Nilu, Explosion Bonanza, that doesn't work on everything.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of sort of got a Geo team, and Geo doesn't react with anything. It's just a neutral element. So that's straight up unga bunga. But I'm not like super min-maxing everything. I'm just playing when I have a little bit of time here and there and gradually build everyone up. So I'm not too concerned. And it's single player,
Right.
I'm not super concerned about getting the high score or being on the leaderboard because there isn't anything. It's you play at your own pace.
Yeah. I've gotten to the point where I do have the game installed. I just haven't played it. I'm like,
well,
do I want to sink time into this thing that's gonna probably eventually disappear? Maybe not. I don't know. At least it would be a good excuse to play a game with friends or
if you need
something.
Help with any of the bosses, just let me know. I can help you out.
Okay, thank you. I don't know. Maybe I'll give it a shot. There's a lot of waifus and husbandos in there.
Jesus, they just released the most husbandy of husbandos.
Oh boy.
Like I don't even swing that way, but Jesus, I'll hate them. Turn it down a notch.
Oh, man. Well, all right. I think with that out of the way, let's go ahead and take a quick break, and we'll be back with more BumbleKast.
Our ad comes from our longtime patron, Daniel H. He says, "Good day to you all. I'd like to do some signal boosting for Miss Jordan. She's raising money for her transition, but also to move to a more friendlier city or state. Click the link to her GoFundMe page to learn more. If you can't donate at the time, share her page around if you please. Thank you for your time and be well." Check the description of the video below for the full link to her GoFundMe.
We've returned, and we're here with this one from John B. I know these characters will never meet, but how would Tangle interact with the post-reboot Freedom Fighters? I think it's a safe bet she would get along with them, but would she gravitate to one of them specifically, or would she be too busy geeking out about how well they work together?
That would be the first week of interactions, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
I can see her and Bunny getting along just fine. Like,
oh, yeah.
Bunny would kind of help guide her a little bit, maybe temper that enthusiasm, but she likes that girl's gumption, she'll tell you what. Anton is finding her perhaps a little bit on the nerve-wracking, but her heart is in the right space.
Mm-hmm.
Rotor thinks she's perfectly fine. Big Sonic energy. He appreciates that. She needs to stay out of his lab. Break thing once, shame on him. Break things twice, shame on you. Break things thrice, no, I'm locking the door.
Aww.
Sally loves her energy, her selflessness, her heroism. She thinks is full of potential, could be a great asset to the team. Big Sonic energy, and that can wear you out real fast. And oh god, now she's with Sonic. It just compounds the issue. But she also knows that she can point the two of them at a problem and say, break it, and they'll do it.
There you go. Tangle and Bunny would be good. I think they would be a very, very good team up. And
I mean, either Tangle is shooting Bunny like a gigantic half mechanical arrow, or Bunny is swinging Tangle like a lasso and she's loving it.
Yeah. Does Tangle just keep putting her hands through Nicole? Like, woo!
About the third time she stops with a moment of self-realization is like, I'm not invading your personal space, am I? Does that tickle? Does it hurt? Is that wrong? Nicole's like, no, it's fine. Okay. Whoop, 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 whoop.
Oh boy. She just keeps doing
She may not hold the handheld. She may look at the handheld. She may not hold the handheld.
No. You don't get this. You don't get to touch this. Here's a question from Genzel. Before SBO's whole Shinobi Clan secret came out in the Archie comics, do you think any of the cast ever suspected his cover story?
No. That was the whole point. He was a super deep cover agent. He never broke character. He was spot on.
Not even Vector thought maybe something was up.
Nope. This is pre-Detective Vector days.
I guess that's true, yeah.
This is dumb as a brick Vector. He never saw it coming.
Kind of hate that, actually. I know it was never stated anywhere before Sonic Heroes, but, still. I feel like they've been detectives. That's their thing. They should always be detectives. I don't know, man. They have to retcon it. Get on that. Here's one from Illegal Chow Fights. Official artwork for the Sonic Frontiers Cross Monster Hunter collab pack depicts a Coco looking hungrily at the well-done steak which Sonic has cooked. So tasty! Since Coco are dead ancients and the ancients evolved into Chow, can we then assume that Chow can consume meat, or did they perhaps lose this ability through evolution? Never to my knowledge do we see Chow eat anything other than fruit and fungus, yet Chow do possess sharp teeth.
Well, I mean, you hand them a small animal, and then the animal just kind of drops and sits there, maybe slowly limps away. You never actually see what the Chow does to it.
Delicious.
I don't know. We actually, I don't think we've ever seen Chow with, like, real food. like food, prepared food in front of them. So maybe they're omnivorous.
Maybe. I mean, you have the chance to codify this, Ian. Do it. Mm. Also, I like that. So tasty. I don't know why that clip makes me chuckle. Here's one from E200 Paragon. In Sonic Rivals 2, we're introduced to an extra-dimensional beast called the Ifrit, which fed on chaos energy and could mind control people, even Sonic. However, it seems to be trapped in the chaotic Inferno Zone, a dimension similar to Crisis City, as it can't leave that dimension without chaos energy. Gerald Robotnik later discovers it, and Eggman Nega uses Gerald's notes to try unleashing it into Sonic's world by using the Chaos Emeralds, or sacrificing dozens, if not hundreds, of Chao to it. In Frontiers, the Chao are descendants of the Ancients, who were masters of the Chaos Emeralds, two things the Ifrit needs to become more powerful and access other dimensions. So my two-part question is this. Is the Ifrit a natural predator of the Ancients that was imprisoned by them? Do you have any plans or ideas to introduce the Ifrit into IDW?
You know what? This borderline skates on fan idea, but you have built it entirely off of canon material. It's like connecting the dots.
Pretty much.
This feels very much like something I would have put together and been tickled with. It's like, ooh, I figured out the mystery. So, you know what, Paragon? Hats off to you. Well done. Good sleuthing. I like that connected dot matrix thingy you present. I have no idea if that's intentional or not. I don't think it is. Could it be followed up on? Maybe, but I'm doubtful because the Rivals series is not exactly top tier in terms of memorability for Sonic. It has some like footnotes to the lore, but it's not really driving the brand. I doubt we'll be returning to it or any of its elements anytime soon, but that is a delightful amount of lore technicalities to keep in the back pocket at the next meeting or something. It's like, hey guys, you know what technically we have access to that would be neat?
Let's put the actual devil in Sonic. Sure, why not? Might as well. Here's a question from Dove. So, Comic-Con Studiopolis is coming up, and the Sonic crew are doing a theme for their cosplay. They're going as the crew from Firefly. Who plays what role? Feel free to mix IDW and post-reboot if you like.
Let's keep it simple. Sonic is Mal. I mean, come on.
That's too obvious, but at the same time, it's like, yeah.
Yeah. Tails is Wash. I mean, he's a leaf on the wind. Watch him soar.
Yeah.
Knuckles is Jane.
Yeah. Okay. Try to remember the names of all the characters in Firefly. It's been so long. It's been a long time.
Would Zoe be Amy? No. Given the maybe personality wise, I could see Amy rocking Kaylee. I mean, I could see her, delightfully saying something shiny.
Yeah. Amy is Kaylee. I could see that.
Aaliyah says Bunny and Antoine is Zoe and Wash.
Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
That's not bad.
He was a pilot. Yeah. And a giant dork.
Rouge
your vile but inevitable betrayal.
Rouge Inara?
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah. Let's see. Who else? It would be River.
I mean, if we're going with the meme that Cream is the innocent that murders all things.
Okay. Well, I guess so. Weird. Oh, man.
Who would be Simon?
I
am not casting Cheese as Simon.
Let's not. I kind of forgot about Simon's entire existence. Like in terms of memorable characters, I'm going to go with not one of them.
Also kind of drawing a blank on who would be Book.
Yeah.
Like, who has the poise to even attempt Shepherd Book?
Yes.
Was it Shepherd Big?
All right, you've done it. Yeah, I could see that. Geez. So Simon's the only one we don't have, huh?
Yeah,
Jeez.
cast him as Omega.
But Omega is way better than Simon. Omega doesn't deserve that. Maybe Shadow.
Maybe.
I don't know. There's
That
something about him.
Grim off to himself. Maybe.
Yeah.
It's hard to think of who would enjoy cosplaying Simon, you know?
I mean, would Shadow enjoy anything?
No, never.
Shadow doesn't enjoy a thing. But man, he would rock a vest like that, I tell you what. If you have any ideas of how you would cast Firefly into Sonic, or Sonic characters into Firefly, put them down in the comments. Here's one from Domino. Seeing the popularity of the critically acclaimed TV series Breaking Bad, Sega hires you to write for an animated series inspired heavily by the titular show. How do you go about it? Which characters in the Sonic universe fill the roles of the famous drama's narrative? Wow, this is like the same concept twice in a row. Almost. Sort of.
You know, Jim Carrey did a great live-action Robotnik, but can you imagine a Bryan Cranston doing a serious spin? Set AM-esque Robotnik?
Oh, no. Oh, God.
I am the danger. I am the one who knocks.
Oh,
he would be terrifying. It'd be great.
Oh, man. I do want...
Just seething under a mustache that actually looks intimidating. I hate that hedgehog.
Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, we missed out. Oh boy. Amazing.
Beyond that, though, how do you even conflate Breaking Bad with Sonic?
How do you do a crossover of Breaking Bad with Sonic at the very least? Like, oh man.
Like I'm all for, you know, crack crossovers and finding obscure correlations, but I'm drawing a blank on this one.
Sonic is the meth.
Why is he blue?
Snivelly, we need to cook.
Jesse's stuffing flickies and pockies into badniks, and he just kind of cuddles one. We don't touch the merchandise.
There was an official Sonic and Breaking Bad crossover. Sonic showed up in one of the episodes. Apparently, at one point, Jesse is playing All Stars Racing Transformed. Incredible. Is Tails would be a chemist? Maybe.
Biggest cast is Gus Fring.
Wait. Oh, was he playing 06? Oh. Okay, he wasn't playing Transformed, he was playing 06? Well, meth does some very strange things to you. Wow. Amazing. Oh, he plays All Stars Racing in another episode. Okay. Baking Bad. Wait, that was the unpublished story. That was going to be a story in Archie Sonic, wasn't it? Baking Bad.
Yep. Ellie had that lined up, and then the book died.
Yeah. Apparently, she did not title that story "Baking Bad." Someone else did. Oh boy, I don't know how you would do this, Ian. Like, I'm a little stumped on this one.
I mean, in all seriousness, Breaking Bad is a story of a prideful man who has accepted less just to appease his own ego, and then out of desperation takes a very dark path and becomes corrupted by it.
Yeah.
That's like antithetical to everything Sonic is. Sonic is about hope and triumph and overcoming all odds. Breaking Bad is not that.
Okay, so Starline is Walter White. That is more Starline's thing.
Yeah, all right.
The way you
I'll see you
describe
there.
it. Yeah. He needs to cook.
I don't know.
Breaking
I
beak.
still like the idea of big as Gus Fring. I will kill your wife. I will kill your son. I will kill your infant daughter.
Big no. Big no. And now it's being suggested to me that Tangle is Jesse. Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Infamous scene with the old man in the chair. He's dinging the bell, and it's to the pattern of the drowning music. Ding 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 ding. No!
No. No. Oh. Oh man. Is Clutch Saul? Yeah. Yeah, but then you'll lose the pun. It's all good, man.
Yeah, but then you get the legal choice that's a real clutch decision.
Okay, fine. I mean, there's also Vector. He could be Saul, I guess.
Vector's Hank.
Oh boy. Oh dear. All right. Hey, you know what? Leave your ideas down in the comments below. You know, you guys have got some homework. Can you cast Sonic characters in Firefly? Can you cast Sonic characters in Breaking Bad? Have fun with that one. We got a question here from Dead Air. I noticed Surge shares a lot of traits found in people who have borderline personality disorder, including fear of abandonment, rapidly shifting self-image, for example, going from incredibly prideful to self-loathing or vice versa, intense emotional outbursts, often of anger, and impulsive self-destructive behavior. BPD can also manifest as a result of trauma. As someone who has BPD, I see a lot of myself in Surge and was wondering if you had BPD or potentially any other disorders in mind while creating the character. Even if it wasn't intentional, Surge's portrayal brings me great joy. I'm sorry she has to be a villain.
Well, I'm glad it brings you great joy, and when you spell it out like that, I kind of wonder if I need to go get diagnosed with something. But I did not have a specific disorder or challenge in mind with her. No.
Seems like it just kind of happened. Hey, sometimes.
I mean, if the boot fits, wear it. But
yeah. Here's one from Cosmo Starlight. In Sonic the Hedgehog issue 25 and issue number 3 of Bad Guys, Starlight's left hand is shown to be pretty messed up under his glove. I was wondering how this happened. Was the warp topaz involved?
So I went back and I tried to find exactly where it is implicitly stated that working with the warp topaz messed up his hand. And there's places where you can read between the lines and make the connection, but I don't think we ever actually just outright said it. I think that might have been one of those things that was mentioned by Adam or somebody on Twitter. It just kind of was accepted and absorbed into osmosis.
Osmosis? Weird.
Collective fandom osmosis.
Interesting. All right, we got a question here from Chonky Pancake. Some fans, including myself, noticed there is an official Amy Rose Fortune card deck for pre-sale on Barnes & Noble. This is super exciting. I've been wanting something like this for so long. I noticed your name was involved, Ian. Are you allowed to tell us a little bit more about this merch project? And are there any more similar Sonic items releasing soon that you're allowed to tease? Thanks.
Don't think I can go into too much detail, but I wrote the manual and helped cultivate what the art is for the fortune deck. And it is Amy's fortune deck. Like, you've seen some of the cards in the comics, you've seen some of it in Sonic Origins, you get to see the whole deck eventually.
Ooh.
And it's an exciting project to be part of, because it's not just, I mean, the publisher Inside Editions does various licensed themed tarot decks, and that's nice. That's lovely. Sure, whatever. This is not that. This is the actual fortune cards. These will be the reference for the fortune cards in the franchise going forward. If you want to cosplay Amy, this is as authentic a prop you are going to get.
Nice.
So that's exciting.
Nice.
And last I heard, Diana Skelly is on tap for the art. And if you know, Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I need to see her name more often with IDW Sonic, please. Please.
Like, she did the artwork she did for the card designs you see in Sonic number 30 something, 40 something, Evan's story.
It's one of those, yeah.
That was by Diana. That was by Diana specifically to be put towards this project.
Very cool.
There has been synergy behind the scenes for a bit now, and it's finally starting to bear fruit.
Yay.
Inside Editions is also putting out a Sonic cookbook, which I helped co-write. Not the actual recipes, because no, I'm not the expert there. But the recipes are written from the various contributing characters' point of view.
Aha.
So it's kind of quasi in universe. As much as Tales Tube is, like, don't think too hard about it, but it's more than just, here's a cookbook that's Sonic themed. It's, dishes that the characters would create or could conceivably create, and why they like them in various ways.
Ooh,
Lots
very
of
nice.
quote unquote helpful tips from Omochow.
Oh no, Omochow. Okay, well, I'm seeing a lot of people in the chat saying they're buying it day one. And now people want you to do a tarot card reading for them.
Fortune card.
Yep.
And I don't want to spoil too much, but yes, there's absolutely a chili dog recipe in the cookbook.
Only one?
You're not going to spoil.
Okay.
And yes, Eggman's legendary sandwich is in the cookbook.
Oh, good. Oh, good. And we're going to learn all the other characters' favorite foods, too. I'm ready. Very cool.
And just who will be featured in the cookbook? Ooh, you'll just have to wait and see.
There better also be Eggman's evil cookie recipe in there.
There is commentary to be had on that you wouldn't believe, but that's neither here nor there.
I mean, I'd believe it. This is Sonic. I'd believe a lot of things about Sonic, honestly, at this rate. Oh, boy. How many cards are in the deck, do you know?
What's the exact number? 78, I think.
Oh, wow. That's a lot.
Full major arcana, full minor arcana. Excuse me. Major fortunes and minor fortunes.
Okay.
But the whole shebang.
And I'm guessing you wrote the explanation for what each card means and stuff, too?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Cool.
A lot of cross-referencing on what traditional tarot readings mean.
Mm-hmm.
And making the deck feel Sonic-y, but also still be familiar to those who like to mess around with that kind of stuff. And it was a challenge, but it was fun. And I hope everyone enjoys it when it comes out.
Very cool. Very cool. All right, we got a question from Chaos Sonic 1. Now that you did the dream of writing a Sonic game, what is next? And if Sega wants you back, would you come back?
Of course. Who's to say I haven't already?
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Oh, that's a big old hashtag knowing smile. But anyway,
oh, no.
Getting to write for a Sonic game is definitely, mountain peak, but it's time to look for the next horizon. The next bar I would like to reach in my career is actually be lead scenario writer on a Sonic game. Not just write for it, but say, this is the story from day one. This is what we're doing. This is the vision. I don't know if I'll get there, but I didn't know if I'd get this far either. So that's next up.
Nice. What about a Sonic movie? Get an Oscar.
It'd be neat to be involved, but that's a completely different thing.
I know.
Altogether. Like, Tyson, if you're listening, if you want to have me write a line so I can technically have writing credit, love you for everybody. But no, I don't. I don't think I'm breaking into that anytime soon.
Oh. Never say never, All right, here's one from Andrew D. In the Mega Man comics, the X Foundation kept getting called the X Corporation. Then in issue 54, Dr. Radley referred to it as the X Foundation when talking to Blues. Was this a correction to a mistake, Or was there a story reason as to why Dr. Wily called it the X Foundation when it was called the X Corporation? Were you leading up to Dr. Wily renaming it after taking over, or something else?
It's been so long, I don't remember, but I'm more inclined to say that's probably a mistake that nobody caught until late in the game.
Oops. It happens. And our last question on this episode comes to us courtesy of Alphamon or Yukin. It's an all-out battle royale between the robot hedgehogs, Metal Sonic versus Silver Sonic 2, the one Nate reprogrammed, versus Mecha Sonic, Bam-Robian version, versus Shard versus Pseudo-Sonic. When the dust settles, which robot hedgehog will be left standing? So basically all the Metal Sonics from Archie.
All right, so
Pseudo.
Bimatized Mecha Sonic would team up with Shard. They're not going to fight each other.
Mm-hmm.
Pseudo Sonic's a joke. He gets stomped first thing.
No, he wins. Duh.
Silver Sonic 2 was reprogrammed by Nate for the forces of good, so he would team up with the other two. But didn't Silver Sonic 2 get like completely obliterated by a Metal Sonic at some point?
I don't know, probably.
Like there was this long drawn out battle when it was an evil robot, and then it just got completely warped when it showed up again. I think, God, it's been so long. He probably is going to be the jobber for the fight. So ultimately you have super enhanced Sonic and super enhanced Metal Sonic in terms of Bem Sonic and Shard. So Metal Sonic's going to put up a fight, but he can't overcome those odds.
Alrighty then. Well, after that fight, I think it's time to end this episode of the BumbleKast.
Thank you so much to everyone who contributed questions via patreon.com/BumbleKast, Ko-fi.com/BumbleKast, and our YouTube members. Let's give them a big thank you right now. Big thank you to Daniel H., Jennifer R., James K., John B., Robotnik Home, Sam Cybercat, Samuel P., Torchbound, Mike B., Andrew D., Dave M., Salute Your Cat, Jay Frost, Koopling Crew 128, Duas Diz Din, Noni, Hero of Light 13, Professor Scruffy Matt, Chris A., Sony, Triforce Riku, Sonic, John M., Jib, Fiona M., Yami M., Lee HK, Lisa M., Scurvy Pirate Hog, Ben Wolfsbane, Chevelle, Arc Fighter, Keeper of Monsters, Axis, Xanderoni the Painter, Tick Tick, Twilord, Starlight Sec, Jonathan D. Z Broadcast, Chaos Sonic 1, the name is X, The Discan, Solaire Stain, Cameron H. Nimmer, Godzilla, Nondal, Inc. Thinks, Jolene B., Ava Arctic Dove, Justin S., Just a Mountain Soul, Dadler the Dalek, Alex GS, Sonic Legacy, Ian, Yuma221, Jennifer H., Pedanti Cat, Les, Red the Supernamic, Nova Polyduo, Chad, Alphamon or Yukon, Joshua S., Omega Watt, Jack the Animator of the Stars and Tails, DeRussiful, Preston M., Jay the Redneck, Jinzel, Noah M., Kojiro Highwind, Awesome Cakester, Wildcard 717, Sammy S., Supersonic Fan, Sonic 84, Redry, Chase L., Tetsuya the Wise, Mantra, Indabin, Miles the Brower, Navari, Exidal, Agent Kaz, Puppy the Scholar, Force Sonic Fan, Rhythm Raccoon, Pig Dan 20, Wheelie Doe, Sandra BH, Oz Jam, Shimmy M, Aiden S, Curly Quills, Angela V, In Zephyr, Smiley 21, The Marble Gardener, Domino AU, Subliminal, Miggy Sawdust, Sterling Sonic, Crooker, Vlad, Congo, Windskull, Supernova, Superior Pizza, Sonic PAJ, Philip is Cold, Thick Off, The Crucified Devil, Loop De Loop, Omega Man 21, Thaddeus, Michael P, Dominic the Raccoon, Planet Breezy, Delta God 77, E200 Paragon, Razor, Unity, Kedrian, Lori L, Jason S, Cody G, Nils, Sir Needlemouse, SB, My Fish Eats Rocks, The ID Card, Philip C, Jonathan F, Hip Kid Brick, Levi C, Lacey M, Amazon, Lucky Lychee, Samus Star, Dead Air, Sonic Underground, Raccoon Shinobi, Normal Person, Marcy H, Caswell, Mr. Murderbird, The Giant Murdering Bird, Illegal Chow Fights, OK Cheesestick, Adrian W, Zaylock, Nebula Noob, Tetsu Knife, Ultra Guy, Crowbo, Salato 02, Sonic Mania 2099, Hadronis, Noob 600, Knuckles Sandwich 87, M Blewett, Native Nerd 27, Astro Speed P, Miles Full Prower, Cool Christy 1, Paley, Tenderheart Fawn, Guts, Jihane S, the man of multimedia, Fuffy 93, Mr. Snippy or Mrs. Nippy, we don't know. Jamal S, Wheels 2D2, Hedgehog Meta Mode, Frost the Hobbidon, Danny the Light, Butter Noodles, Miles Per Hour, DL Technopada, True Cosmic Digilab 79, Razor, Zoom, Sunblister 16, Travis H, Scourge Time, and Tyler Renee M.
Big thank you to all them 193 people, apparently. Wow. Insane. Thank you.
All right, so that's going to wrap us up for this episode of the BumbleKast. Be good to yourselves, be good to each other, and we will see you next time.
See ya. You've been listening to the BumbleKast, a co-production of Bumble King Comics and the KNGI Network. Original theme music composed by Ken Coda Snyder. Remixed intro by T-Lopes. Find out more information, along with podcast feeder links, MP3 downloads, and more at bumbleking.com and kngi.org.
Oh yeah, it's a holiday.
What? Wait. Canadian holiday?
It's Family Day.
What the hell's that?
It's a day to celebrate family.
Family.
Also, it's so that the businesses up here can coincide with President's Day down there.
Oh, is that literally all it's for?
Pretty much.
Okay. Wow, that is a very Canadian thing. Okay, so I'm learning things about this thing called Family Day. Apparently, It is celebrated in Arizona and Nevada, the only two American states that observe it.
Really?
Funny, because I literally live in Arizona, and I've never heard of it. So there is, let's see, it is observed in Angola, Israel, South Africa, Uruguay, Vanuatu, and Vietnam, in the Australian Capital Territory. What does that mean?
I don't know.
Oh, Canberra. Okay, like Canberra. Is
it celebrated on the same day? Or is it just other countries with their own version?
Oh, yeah, it looks like some of them are celebrated on different days. South Africa is Easter Monday. It's also Family Day. Nevada is Family Day after Thanksgiving. Okay, first Sunday in August in Arizona for Family Day. Still never heard of it. Okay, so it's different days for everywhere.
Still a day of observance for family.
Sure. I guess.